Hello guys, it's Batsy here and welcome to batGames, a channel where every trophy must pop or I simply cannot stop. So if your definition of fun gaming time also includes one of the below, mine is still grinding collectibles at 3 AM while asking yourself if this is still entertainment or just a very specific form of self-inflicted punishment, refusing to start another game if the old one is still not completed, having a feeling of pride and accomplishment, seeing the 100% completion despite knowing no one will ever care, then welcome. This is your place. No multiplayer rank grind or absurd side quests will scare us off. We finish games. Completely. Even when the games really don't want us to. So sit down, grab your favorite snack and join me while I try to 100% a new Elden Ring Nightreign. Of course solo. Because if I had friends, then I wouldn't be doing this now, would I? So here I am, 287 deaths, 72 expeditions and a lot of tears later to share my story with you. Before we begin, just a few quick rules. 1. No exploits. 2. Finishing all the night bosses solo. No LetMeSoloThem carrying our asses. 3. As an additional fun perk of this run, we will try to also defeat sovereign night lords. You know, those pumped up with damage, moves and new phases? Yeah, they are not needed for any achievement, but oh boy, do I love suffering for no apparent reason. Without further ado, let's hawk into them. I think it would be fair to get rid of the story related trophies first. This will also give us an opportunity to talk a little bit about mechanics of the game as well. So Nightreign is simply a roguelite Elden Ring. It's fun, it's fast, it's very punchy. It does seem to be undercooked a bit still. There aren't that many seeds, not that many different bosses to tackle, etc. Which is at the same time good and bad.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
For the good part, we have less things to keep track of since it's a quite new environment for the whole work of FromSoft up to this point. On the bad, it can get quite repetitive for a random based game. We have 8 characters, starting with 6 and 2 more unlocked along the way, each having their own stuff going on for them. Some are like John Sekiro in Elden Ring, some are Legolasing all around the place, some have, well, other assets. Then we go through the map to get passives and equipment.
That is bloody lovely.
Fight one boss. Second boss. And if Marika allows, Night Lord at the end. So that's the gist of the game. I intend to do a more detailed guide of how I approach the soloing of the game with each character, but here is one tip I can give you that will mostly determine if you will be able to clear the boss or not.
Run, bitch! Run!
Do stuff fast, get high level to give yourself a fighting chance and you will be golden. With that short introduction, we can go through the story trophies in order I got them. First would be of course the Shrouded Roundtable Hold, which, as all story related trophies tend to do, I got it automatically. This time after the tutorial, where I obviously died. As is tradition with tutorial bosses from FromSoft games. You can of course beat the Fell Omen and you will get a specific relic called Fell Omen Fetish.
Wow, it's very nice.
Also a side tip, you can redo the tutorial this time. In order to do this, you can go to the visual codex, you go to the guide and press square. That way you can tackle it without creating a new save. Neat, huh? With that out of our way, we get the second story trophy, the Night Lords. You unlock it after completing one expedition, which at the start is simply the Tricephalos, or triple-headed doggo. We'll talk about him in a second. For now, we finish the expedition and the trophy is ours.
The Night Lord yet lives. There are others. It is not.
After that comes the Night Begins trophy. This one means we unlock the final last night boss, Hulster. The hub area will change to a more gloomy and dark design, but nothing else will change, to be honest. You unlock it after defeating 4 expeditions, as in killing 4 different Night Lords. So we go down the list like a professional we are, and not longer after that we get the trophy.
The time has come. We now face.
Next and last on the list from story trophies would be Dawn. This one we get after defeating all 8 expeditions. So basically beating the game. Spoiler alert, I didn't get it after first time finishing the Holster expedition because I clicked the wrong thing since I was in a remembrance for Iron Eye. No biggie, we just do it all over again and the trophy is ours. With that out of our way, let's get to the meat and hardest achievement group in my opinion, Night Bosses category. Here we will talk a bit about every boss. As you will see in the footage, I will be using Iron Eye most of the time. He became my de facto main. Bow gameplay became really fun in Nightreign, and I would love for it to be implemented in normal Elden Ring as well. But anyway, first on the list will be the goodest boy, Gladius. Or would it be the goodest test? Since there are 3 of them sometimes? I'm getting sidetracked. So, I might be in minority here, but I really think for me as a solo player, Gladius sucked.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
The fact he is the first boss means you are not quite comfortable with the game, and the second phase where he splits into 3 is so hard to control and not get ganked that I often, and I mean often, die on this part. It took me quite a bit to get used to it, but after some time I was finally able to beat the first boss, and got the Tricephalos achievements with it. Smooth sailing from here on out, right? Next on the menu is the Gaping Jaw, Adele.
There's a fire starting in my heart.
Adele gave me quite a bit of trouble, thanks to one and one move only, the grab. By gods, I couldn't figure out the good timing to roll through it, and it always one-shot me. It also sometimes stun-locked me, so you get eaten, dead, ground-hugging much? I mean, what is expected from me here? Trust me, if there was an option, I would just stay down, but no! In the game, you always get up after getting hit and move forward. That, in my opinion, is the most unrealistic part of this whole ordeal.
Know your fucking place,
You
trash!
can ease up the game a bit by telling it jokes so disgusting it pukes, but be careful, you can die to the puke too. Fun times. Anyway, with a bit of abuse of Iron Eye's iframes on his slide, we get the job done, and the Gaping Jaw as a compensation. Sentient Pest trophy glimmers on the horizon. Ah no, wait, it's just a mob magical attacks that will park their glowing selves up my quiver. Duo of Moth and Scorpion. Wasn't it supposed to be a scorpion and a frog, by the way? Is not the hardest, to be honest. Way less finicky than Triple Dog. Timings are easier to read and execute, and I felt more times that it was my actual mistake that I died to. As soon as the second phase starts, we get the choo-choo Charles of magic and might coming at us. But with enough wending graces and good old patience, we are able to kill them both. Now let us dive deep for some other treasures.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
Augur trophy to be specific. The whole fight is, I think, supposed to be an underwater vibe. Anyway, with this particular boss, there is not really that much to say. He is by far the easiest for me from the whole rooster. The whole fight he floats around, you just have to, dodge him anytime there's a chance. At some point he will try to sleep you. Have your ulti ready for that. In this fight he didn't have a chance to, since with Iron Eye you can continuously damage him and he is not the toughest. One more tip, destroy his balls as soon as they descend, if you know what I mean. Like literally. Don't let it explode or it will put you to sleep and the death is guaranteed. So this whole fight can be summed up as a visit to your family. Try to stay awake long enough until they move to the other targets. As soon as they do, you get the trophy and can move on with your life. Which brings us to the GOAT.
That's why he's the goat! The goat!
Equilibrious beast, Libra. Libra is the first boss that clicked nicely with me. The fight was very fluent and his I attack, now you attack patterns were clear for me, which made things very enjoyable. At some point he will start meditating. If you won't be fast enough in breaking the circles, Libra will enter buffed state, in which you pray to
Marika's tits.
for survival. But all in all, it's not too much. I was able to beat him in one try. Don't get too greedy and you should be fine too. 5 out of 8 done. Let's get to the podium. With that, I was able to also get Night Lord Slayer. No, not this type of Slayer. We get that for killing 3 Night Lord bosses in a row without dying in between. To be honest, I was really afraid of this specific trophy. The fact that you have to redo so much work every time if you fail on the second or third boss is really frustrating. A small tip, the trophy seems to work if you quit out at some expeditions as long as you don't die. Don't quote me on that though. I, for example, did 2 quitouts in between second and third boss here, so in between the fish and the goat, and it still popped. Oh well, one less thing to worry about. If I can offer any tips, it's to do the bosses you find hardest first, and then go to the easiest ones. So if I, for example, was to try the trophy again, it would be Gladius, Dark Rift Knight, Ogre. No shortcuts that can be done, you just have to try over and over again until it pops. Or get it along the way if you're a god gamer. That works too. Let's get back to the bosses themselves with Dark Drift Knight, in which you face Fulgur, half man and half horse. The fight itself is kind of hectic at times, but really not that hard as well. Bring an electric weapon, it can interrupt his ground stabby attack. But if you want, just watch when he stabs the weapon and as soon as it goes into the ground, dodge. When you get this down to a T, fight becomes quite manageable. Dodge here, dodge there, try to keep close to him even with ranged characters. Phase 2 is almost the same thing. Dodge into the horseman and the fight should be yours. 9 out of 10 fights, 10 out of 10 atmosphere, 1 out of 2 arms. Now the Fissure in the Fog. It's more like Fissure in my mind because that fight was so underwhelming and forgettable for me. I mean, the part where he disappears, and I think you have to find him, seems quite nice. But I, for example, went the opposite way. The roof shattered and I got hit for like half of my HP. I mean, sure.
Just hanging around.
There are so many better Dawn Dragon fights in the series. This one seemed off for some reason. But yeah, just shooty and we can mount his head above our fireplace. And now, for the big bad of the game, give it up to Holster with Night Aspect achievement. Now this fight on the other hand, my god, is it beautiful. From the Wandering in the Desert man, free-handing swords like an anime warrior to splitting the sky itself, with different colors and statuses for each of the Nightreign bosses. I mean, it's simply mesmerizing. Love the fight. It was hard, it was punishing. He had a lot of combos and it was really hard to find a place to hit more than once. So it is mostly game of patience. He attacks, we wait. He attacks again, we wait. He attacks and now we can hit him for 140 and wait again. Still, I think one of my favorite fights of all game. Would recommend. So to give you a tip again for this one, just don't be too greedy. With that, we should get one more achievement, Night Lord Conqueror, for completing all 8 of the expeditions. Also note, footage of both of those got corrupted since I got them and the relics ones in one recording, so please enjoy my beautiful hand-drawn pops. With that category out of our way, let's start what was the biggest grind for me, a champion's path. Before I break it down, let's talk quickly about 2 trophies that let us unlock last 2 characters to finalize our 8. That would be the Duchess joins the fray and the Revenant joins the fray. Unlocking Duchess is a bit RNG, but not too hard. At some point you will get Old Pocket Watch as a reward for completing expeditions. As soon as you do, you go to the hooded figure that was guiding you up to this point, she reveals her hood in the most villainous way possible, and she is added to the roster.
We'll slay this Night Lord yet. We must.
The Revenant is a bit harder. As soon as you unlock Duchess, on Small Jar Bazaar there will be Besmirch frame to buy. You can buy it for 1500 mark, the currency you get at the end of the expeditions. As soon as you do that, there will be a small phantom stuck in the corner in the round table hold. Interact with it and you will be teleported to the boss arena, where you have to defeat the Night Idol. After you do that, she becomes available to be chosen as well.
I will have my revenge.
Now for the main dish, a champion's path. That requires us to beat a Night Lord with every champion. I decided to beat the same hardest boss for me, which, as we established before, for me was Gladius, and compare the times between the characters to decide which is the best for solo play. I won't go into the details about heroes themselves. I want to prepare a separate video for each character in which I will discuss what I was aiming for with different one. So in this video, please just enjoy a sped up fight of each of the Nightfarer against my nemesis of the game. And as can be seen from my thorough and very scientific testing method, we have on the first place Recluse, then Duchess, then Revenant. Girls do get it done. The more you know. Let's move to the map and stuff related to the world itself. First, let's get the Shifting Earth events. There are 4 in total. Mountain Top, which spawns a frozen mountain. What we need to do here is go to the top of this mountain. There are quite a few high level enemies, but in normal FromSoft fashion we can run past them. You have to interact with this chest. We will get increased resistance to the frost damage and additional damage to dragons, and the trophy mountain top with it. Then we have Crater. In Crater event there is a volcano. We have to drop down to the very bottom. Here is the pathing I took. On the way we have to deal with 2 bosses. I'm actually not sure if they are random or not. I don't think so, but I'm not sure. Our reward for all of this is the possibility to upgrade one of our weapons from our inventory to legendary status, just like the Crater legendary trophy. Now for my least favorite and then my favorite. Rotted woods being the former. There is no easy way to say it, you will get rotted. Nothing that can be done here. So you just rush to the fort that will spawn somewhere in the rotted forest. Get them up here. And you will get a red flag icon that will point to a tree somewhere nearby. There you will do a bit of platforming and get the reward. Rotted Woods trophy and immunity to Scarlet Rot. And last but definitely not least, Noklateo, the Shrouded City. This is one big maze, so you can see the path I took. Then we fight a boss, Astel. And we get auto revive functionality with certificate, a trophy. With all of those, as a cherry on top we get trophy called Shifting Earth for finding every secret of all shifting locations. Shifting locations themselves are randomly spawning when starting an expedition, but if you are able to beat Everdark Nightlord you will get access to Collector's Signboard, which can be found here. So you can also spawn stuff there. Or just reload the game like crazy. I mean that's one for free. The second part basically comes down to a random stuff that can happen during any expedition. There is so much randomness in my random game, like, come on. First on the list, Fell Omen. By God, does he choose the absolute worst time to attack you. This
There is no escape from me.
There is no escape but thee. There is no escape but thee, little pillager. There is no escape but thee, little pillager. There is no escape but thee.
This guy randomly spawns on the map, shit-talks you, and then stalks you no matter where you go on the map. If you die to him, well, good luck, you just get extra damage from every source. Because of course. If you beat him, well, you get a bonus damage for every site of grace you found. I mean, sure, I would still prefer not to be stalked in the forest or killed in a mine, but we can't win them all, can we?
Shadow of the fell omen shall not wane.
Typhoon is next. This time we'll be kidnapped for a change.
Sir, where's the candy?
Yay, more crimes against our Nightfarer. As the main boss, Augur is a pushover, to be honest. So we break free and get the achievement. Next on the list is a true arbiter. This one is simply about making some deals. You can see on the map our goat Libra. You go to him and ask him for stuff. There will always be some repercussions. But hey, isn't the trophy worth it? Plague of Locust is the only one I didn't meet naturally during my playthrough, so I did what every sane video game enjoyer does, started to reset game like crazy. Until we get to a specific seed for a map. As it turns out, our random game is not that random, as in it has like 30 maps for each Night Lord. So we just reset until we get a specific configuration of the camps here. I will link a Reddit post in my description so you can look at the other tips to get it as well. So after resetting a few times, it's time to be the stalker. Prey becomes hunter kind of switcheroo. So we follow the locust until we find the giant moth. After killing it, and it's very easy to do with Iron Eye, we get the achievement. Last one on the list of random stuff happening in my random game situations, Old Jail. Jails are a very important map element. Those are the big grey circles. In them, we can get a shit ton of runes, so we do them as many times as possible each expedition. You can find stone sword keys in a great churches and forts. There is no trick to it. We spawn the jail's enemies until we hit what we want. There are 3 bosses that will count toward the achievement. So if they spawn, you are golden. Those would be Godskin Duo, Ancient Dragon, and the Deathrite Bird. So if any of those spawns and you kill them, the trophy is ours. And now for our last category, character related trophies. We start with Relic. Relics are the blink blink we need to get slightly stronger. The relics can vary with effects. They give stuff, they upgrade stuff, they shorten stuff. They are like PEDs for Nightfarers. Some make you huge, some makes your PP not work anymore. Anyway, in order to get this achievement, we interact with this little relic altar, and as soon as we pick any relic, we are done and dusted. Legendary armament would be next. Bosses will randomly drop stuff. Sometimes the stuff is good, sometimes the stuff is bad. And sometimes the stuff is yellow. You want yellow. If you get yellow, you get the achievement. And bam, another trophy in our possession. Next is unlimited power. Oh wait, that's not right. Oh yeah, it's untold power. To get it, we have to kill 10 great enemies in one expedition. It's easy to recognize them. When you fight them, there is a red health bar at the bottom of the screen and they usually clap your cheeks. Just the way of the road, mates. Just the way she goes.
That's right. It's the way she goes. Sometimes she goes, sometimes it doesn't. She didn't go. It's the way she goes.
Doesn't matter if it's a day 1 or 2, those can be bosses from jails as well. So yeah, smack things like you were born to do it and the achievement is yours. So we just got physical abuse trophy, let's do some drinking problems next. Replenished sacred flasks ask us to get 7 flask charges. We start each expedition with 3 charges, so we need to up it up by 4. To do it, we visit churches, because everybody knows that the best drinks are served in churches. Most of the maps will have 3 churches. If you get 4 on the map, just rush this objective. You also get 1 additional flask charge by defeating the second day boss. All in all, you just need to get a lot of drinkity drinks and you get that sweet trophy to top it all off. Obtained vessels is another trophy that was lost in the recordings. I had to sacrifice to actually get all the achievements. All in all, to get these achievements, you need to get to the small jar bazaar, let him rip you off, or buy all of those 11 vessels, and you are done. By the way, you need 18,400 merc to get all the vessels, so it will take a few expeditions. But anyway, Matt Payne skills yet again. When you have all of those vessels, when you use one of them, by choosing different than default one in the relic altar, you will get the vessels trophy. You can drink all your drinks from it as well. From that, we go to what big boys love, dress up, with dresser trophy. After finishing any 2 expeditions, we get access to wardrobe. Outfits cost some merc, but come on, look at this beautiful non-real world money paid cosmetic. It's like microtransactions never even happened. This one sparks joy. Mastery is a tad bit more complicated. It requires us to get level 15, which is max, during one of the expeditions. To get it, you have to play quite fast. Focus on stuff giving a lot of runes. Ever jails, castle in the middle of the map, bosses. You should focus on bosses and the big enemies. Don't waste your time on the small ones. After a few tries, you should start hitting level 15 quite consistently. You need it as well to tackle harder bosses. So you run around, you mess stuff up, no explanation, go next. Trophy to top it all off. And with that, we get to the last trophy, Set and Steadfast. There are different guides regarding this one. I think that the consensus is that we have to have at least 3 purple weapons, both talismans and some purple items. I'm sorry that I can't give you more info. If that helps, this is the loadout for my own trophy pop. After this, we get the last achievement to rule them all, Nightreign. And we are done. Or are we? Of course we are not. The extra challenge, beat the Everdark Nightlord, which you can see here. The fight itself wasn't that much harder, to be honest. Gaping Jaw that I fought received additional phase, some more tornado attacks and some annoying grab attacks. But all in all, please enjoy a short video of my fight. And that's really it this time. Some stats. It took me 42 hours to finish the game. I died 287 times, I counted. Oh, you don't believe me? Here is a short compilation of all my deaths. Or 1/10 of them. It also took me 87 expeditions, and 15 of them were wasted on Guardian. I really like the formula, but I do think the game simply needs more. More bosses, more weapons, more stuff to do. Other than that, it's a great piece of gaming and achievement hunting. Even for friendless trophy hunters like me. 9 out of 10. And that's it for the video. As I mentioned once or twice before, I am preparing a guide for all the characters from Solo. No good relics perspective. Just my general thoughts on it. So yeah. Let me know in the comments below if you would like to see some more Nightreign content and what next game should I attempt to 100%. And up until the next one, have a good one.